Yeah, it sounds fine.
Okay. You do have to, you're quiet. So you need
I am quiet? Okay.
Yes, you need to push it in.
All right. How does this
I
sound?
thought you were a pro, Tyler.
I'm dealing with pro mics here.
Yes, you are. That's what happens when you're an adult. Anyway, okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. See how I do that? I'm not an old codger. I use a bar.
That's very professional.
Welcome to the Ugly Truth. I think this is episode 622 or 623.
Oh my God.
Ugh. Hey, you did it.
Yes.
Welcome to the Ugly Truth. Sitting in for my sister today is my spawn, Tyler.
Yes.
From Middle Class Film Class podcast.
Yes.
Where you guys exclusively discuss all things entertainment and film.
Yeah, we discuss films or movie film news, I should say.
Yes.
And discussions.
And it's with your two friends, Pete and Joseph.
Yeah, Peter Abeta and Joseph Navarro.
And then, of course, you, the straw that stirs the drink.
I would say I'm the sizzle on the steak.
You're the sizzle on the steak. You're the seasoning on the filet.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, we just finished having a family dinner, and we thought, hey, I'm giving Stephanie the day off so that you can come in. We can talk a little.
Feast.
We did have a little feast, and Tyler's here to tell everybody that vegan doesn't have to be gross.
No.
There's delicious vegan foods out there.
It was delicious.
Yeah,
Like,
burgers and cheese and French onion dip, potato salad, all vegan.
Yeah, it was an incredible time, and I can't express my appreciation enough.
You're so sweet.
For the spread.
And how did we respond? We all messaged your producer and told him to put the Disney show Starstruck on the wheel for you to all be.
Yes.
So you're going to have to watch it and review it now, because all of your family reached out to Middle Class Film Class and said you need to put Starstruck from 2010 on the wheel.
It's a blessing and a curse, knowing that everyone in my family knows about the show that I do.
And what is the wheel exactly?
So the Wheel of Destiny is what we do is we put pics of the films that we would like to review. Mm-hmm. And then also we have fan picks.
Yes.
And so we put those on the wheel as well. And we spin the wheel at the end of a movie review episode. Mm-hmm. And whatever it lands on,
you have to watch it.
That's the film that we will have to review.
Has there been any clunkers? Does anybody try to sabotage the wheel?
Yes.
Like you guys or fans?
I think unintentionally that they do. However,
Fans?
Yes, fans.
You mean like how 5 of your family members said put Starstruck on the Wheel of Destiny, the Disney classic?
Well, Joseph and Peter and I, we usually try to pick movies that really resonate with us. Mm. But fans will try to kind of like pick movies like, oh, this is like a bad movie.
Oh, I see. They want you to find. Yeah. You guys should review the worst rated Rotten Tomatoes film.
Yeah,
I believe is not hard to find.
Kind of did that before. I can't recall the movie that we did,
because it's so bad.
But we did review a bad movie, and my way is like, I'm a man of the people, so like I try to figure out like, okay, so like there was a whole crew, like, you know, working on this film. So like I'm not trying to. So I try to critique it in a way where, okay, is the set good? Is the
you try to find
good?
You try to find the positives,
because like you can you can wave your hand and say like, oh, this is a bad movie.
Yes.
But like you have to look deeper into that.
I will say that my take on films that are considered quote unquote bad. First of all, I'm a lover of B movies, so I like movies that are considered bad.
What are you talking about?
I love B movies, monster movies.
Oh,
bad movies.
I thought you said you didn't love.
No, I love. I'm a huge
Okay,
fan.
okay.
So
I misheard.
It takes a lot for me to really not like a film, but Patton Oswalt was on a podcast. This was a long time ago. You don't like Patton Oswalt?
Ugh.
Oh, I love him. Anyway, so he said somebody was talking to him and he was panning a film. He's like, ugh. And then someone told him, hey, it might be bad.
I had a bad joke of it.
But the reality is, what about his dead wife? No.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He said, he's like, he has your take on it as well. He's like, yes, there are considered, critically panned movies. But when you think about the amount of labor and effort that goes into making a movie, it's hard to 100% pan something because you're basically saying all this work, all of these weeks of work that you did is garbage. And the reality is it's not. It takes a lot of effort even to make a movie that no one likes. And people are proud of that work. They're not proud of the work.
No, I completely agree.
And I agree that there is always something positive about any movie.
But that's
even Leprechaun 2. There's something.
But that's what comes with doing criticism for films is that
you find the positives. You try to.
You try to find the positives, but you have to look at it objectively.
Sure.
Because when you watch a movie, even though I watched a movie and I didn't like it, but if I have to review it for like a show or something like that, like I want to watch it with an objective mind.
Sure.
And so that's where I come down on when it comes to reviewing movies, especially for a show.
Sure. Well, I will say this. My favorite episodes are when you guys go live on Twitch. It's Stab Media, I believe.
It's Stab Comedy TV or Stab Comedy.tv.
Okay.
I can't remember, but it's Stab Comedy.
Yes.
Please check us out. There's some great episodes of us.
So I definitely enjoy those. I love to crack wise in the chat room because listening to you and your cohorts talk, and they say so many wrong things.
Things.
Well, not about the movies, but when they talk about you or whatever, I'm like, this is all bullshit. This isn't true. None of it's true. And I mean, it's all taken very lightly. And
then some of it has been
funny.
Proven true.
Yes, it's great. And they're like, uh-oh, your mom's in the chat.
I don't
care.
I don't think they say the matriarch is in the chat room.
No, that sounds like a killer spider. Matriarch.
Well, anyways, what are we doing here spinning? I've been asking to be on the show for quite some time.
Yes, and I'm giving you your time.
Well, I know. But do you have a rundown? Like,
no.
What do you want to ask me? Like, what do you want to talk about?
Let's see.
Let's spin.
All right. Well, house therapy. No, I don't know. I'm just.
How dare you?
No, I just thought
take the shears to that.
I thought it would be a great time to have you come in.
Yes.
You and I watch some of the more similar entertainment. You just went to see the latest Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny.
The Dial of Destiny.
Now, I will say this. We are a show. We are full spoilers. We don't give a shit. If you didn't see the movie, then don't listen. So for me, I know this goes against everything you do on your show because I know you guys are spoiler free for the first hour when you discuss new film. Yes?
Yeah. So,
but here we do talk spoiler, and so
we're talking about Dial of Destiny. I'm game.
Now he did not die. Indiana Jones lives.
Yes,
which was good because I was a little concerned. I told producer Dub, I said we're going to go to this movie because we saw it on opening night, and I said we're going to go to this movie. Now I go, if Indiana Jones dies, I don't want to have to cradle you like a child. I know it will be very, very emotional. And he's an icon in his childhood. I get it.
Well, I'm glad that you.
But he didn't die, thank God.
Yeah. Well, yes. Okay. So, yeah. So, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Dial of Destiny. Yes, I am glad that he did not die.
Yes.
Because this is what I appreciated.
First of all,
about
you like the movie.
Yes.
Very much. Yes. So did I.
I love the movie.
Yes.
And the reason why I love the movie is, one, it was a classic Indiana Jones movie.
Yes.
I didn't like the Nazis being involved, but what
The Nazis?
but what James Mangold did.
For the rest of us, it's Nazi, but Nazi will, from this moment forward,
the
for the
Nazi
rest of the show, it's
the Nazi scourge.
The Nazi scourges. Scourge, yes.
But so what I really liked about this movie is that I didn't like the Nazis, but there had to be
Nazis. It was his number one.
It was
nemesis.
It was.
Yes,
exactly. But what they did was they made them into this modern white supremacist.
Oh yeah, and dude, those actors, I hated them so much, which means they did a great job.
Like the main guy.
Oh, terrible! And they all
bad.
suffered horribly. Thank God.
Oh,
although I don't know, I thought the main guy who was just always wanting to shoot everybody.
He died in a plane crash.
I know, that's not good
instant.
enough.
It was instant.
I was hoping
the bigger guy, he got handcuffed to a goddamn sewer grate.
Well, that was good
in a cave.
He deserved it.
Well, yeah,
he was terrible.
Well, of course he was terrible,
Yes.
but still, he's still a human being.
Well,
but
he has no regard for life, so
but
you get what you get.
Anyways, I really like the movie because it's not heavy-handed in the sending off of Dr. Jones.
I agree, and I loved Phoebe Bridgers. I thought she was. Wait, what is it? What is it?
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Well, excuse me for living. Phoebe Waller-Bridge from Fleabag. Do you like Fleabag?
I loved it.
Damn it. Okay, I gotta watch it.
Oh my god, I
have to watch it. How many seasons?
Two,
3?
I think it was like 2 seasons, and then
Okay.
she refused to continue the story because she thought
It was getting too old.
It was
Tired.
maybe not getting too old, but it was
Running out of steam, maybe.
No, not even that. She was like, okay, I reached the climax, and I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay, I need to watch Fleabag. I tried watching it.
Yeah, streaming on Amazon Prime.
Okay, yes, I will try to watch it.
Yeah.
Also, not to move off of Indie very quickly, but we both loved it. It was great. I am halfway through The Bear, which I believe is on Hulu.
Season 2,
The Bear Part 2. It really feels like they filmed a movie and then broke it up in 20, 30-minute increments.
Jeremy Allen White
yeah.
is my favorite actor
because
right now.
he is you.
That's not true.
He literally is you, Tyler.
Isn't. No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. I can see why you.
I'm a lot uglier than him.
You're not. Shut up. Don't make me sound like a protective mother. My children are beautiful, and they're smart, and they can do whatever they want.
Okay, I can see some similarities.
You guys are very similar.
I can see similarities,
Yes.
but and I can see when you watch it that you can,
He
mirror.
battles things that you battle.
Okay, let's not get into.
No. I just mean he's always making an effort to try to work through.
Yes.
The death of his brother and all of that. So
yes,
and it's a constant thing. Have you finished the season? Have you finished it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm only at episode 3 or 4.
It only took me a week. It took me.
I could have finished it last night.
It took me 7 days to finish that. It's so compelling.
The first time I watched The Bear, I watched it in one sitting. It was easy. It was so well done.
Yeah, I think I watched season 1. I think it took me 4 days to watch.
I will say this, because this is the second season and I believe final season.
Final season?
Yes, it is.
What?
Yeah.
The final season?
I do believe there was only going to be 2 seasons, yes.
There's no way.
Is there a cliffhanger?
Watch the rest of the show.
All right, fine. I will watch the rest of the show. It's weird now watching it because now I know everybody. And I'm like, no one's real likable. None of them are real likable. They all are not super likable people.
Why? Who's?
They're very negative.
I know there is a couple of unlikable people, but it's.
I don't know. I just feel like they're all so broken that they're all very different. You know who I like? I like the
Marcus.
The handyman.
The bakery.
I do like the baker Marcus, but I also like the handyman.
Oh, Fack.
I love Fack.
Yeah.
He's great.
Oh man,
Way
I
smarter.
love
And
him.
you know what? He's way smarter than people give him credit for.
Yeah,
he's so smart.
Yeah,
and he's
I love that.
very capable. Anyway, I do have some predictions on this season, and because you've seen the whole season, I'm going to say them.
Okay, go
and
ahead.
you tell me if I'm completely you're completely off, or well, you might have something going.
Okay.
Those are your two responses only. All right.
You might have something going, or you're completely off.
Yes, okay. and it to me, I don't care if I get spoiled. I'm going to watch it no matter what. But anyway.
I mean, it's not really like a spoiler.
No. But these are my plot suggestions. These are my thoughts on the plot so far.
Okay.
You tell me. Those are your two responses. One,
sure.
I have a feeling that Carmen is going to hand executive chef to the girl because she's so freaking talented and she has a passion for it. And he doesn't. And he's good at what he does. But I think it's still the family business. I just really think he's going to hand her executive chef because he needs joy. And, he's got that little romantic interest right now. And that's one thing.
Okay.
What's your response to that?
I think...
I'm way off or I've got something going.
Gosh, you're on the right track.
Okay, that's fine.
You're
Stop.
on the right.
Perfect.
You're on the right track.
Okay. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, the cousin.
Oh yeah, Richie.
Richie.
Yes.
I really like Richie because he's such a...
He has a really good character arc.
God, I just love him so much. He's so lost right now. And he's feeling so helpless and he's feeling so insecure.
He went to that fancy restaurant and got training.
Okay, that's a spoiler because I haven't gotten there yet.
You should have.
Richie?
Yeah, the cousin. Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that part yet.
Oh, shit.
That's wonderful though. Okay, but that actually... So here was my wonder on him is that I figured he would get some kind of training. I really, really thought, based on everything I was seeing, he would be so good at running front of the house that I thought that he would run front of the house. He just needs training.
Okay, you're correct. Yeah.
So I've got something going there.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes,
okay, you know what? That fills my heart with joy. Because I really
fills your heart with song.
You know why? Because I know people like him who they're like, I have no direction. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then they find something and they have purpose. And that's all he wants.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Yeah. Anything else?
Nope. I just can't wait to finish it. I'm really excited.
So going back to Dial of Destiny.
Yes.
I just wanted to say for all the Ugly Truth listeners out
Yes.
there, I may come off as a pessimist, and a lot of people thought I was gonna hate the new Indiana Jones movie.
Well, it is your
directed
go-to, son.
That's not true at all.
Listen, you and I went to take you to see it, and I loved it, and you're like, God damn it. And I'm like, what? You're like, there's a second part. I hated it. I'm like, you hated it? It's got Bill Hader in it. It was amazing. By the time we got home, you're like, well, it was really, really good.
I know. I have.
That's how you are. So I was so concerned because producer Dub would have been incredibly heartbroken if you had given him any kind of grief about his favorite movie right now.
That's his favorite movie right now.
Dude,
Really?
he's
It.
No, Indiana Jones, you fool.
Oh, I thought that because you brought up it.
He won't even watch scary movies.
Yeah,
he doesn't like scary movies.
Yeah,
he's not like us.
He's not.
He's not dark like we are.
The first I'm gonna regale this tale that he told me. He watched Amityville Horror.
Yes,
like as
he was a small child.
He was a small
His
child.
His aunt took him to see it.
That's right. His aunt took him.
He was like 9,
and then that just like it soured. It soured his palate of horror movies. But anyways,
yes, you digress.
Yeah, in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I think that was a great movie, and it wasn't heavy-handed on the send-off.
No.
And that's what I really like. I think the only problem that I have is that he gets back with Marion.
Yeah, you're really stuck on this.
And you know why?
Because of the original...
Because
that she was so young when he deflowered her.
She was 12.
Yeah, I
she was 12 years old while he's 30.
How did that get glossed? First of all, I don't think he was 30.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
How did they gloss over a 30-year-old man deflowering a 12-year-old child and it didn't come up ever?
Because they cut it out of the
theatrical
release.
Yeah, because it's a crime.
Yes. Yes, he.
Well,
I mean, so what Indiana Jones was supposed to be? He was supposed to be rough around the edges, but a lot of people they idolize Indiana Jones. They're like,
Sure.
oh, he's an adventurer. Like he does all these things. Like he has the whip and stuff like that. And then when they were drafting the first script for Raiders of the Lost Ark, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, and a couple of other writers were in the writing room, and they're trying to think okay, so how do we make this into a sort of rough adventurer?
Let's make him a pedophile.
Type. And then
that's stupid.
It was only. I'm going to say this allegedly because this is going to be posted somewhere. Mm-hmm. So allegedly, and you can find this on the internet, the transcript of the writing room, George Lucas said, oh yeah, so Indiana Jones has a love interest. That's great. That's awesome. And she's 11. And then you can hear a needle drop. And Steven Spielberg was like, huh? What?
That's so crazy. That doesn't even make any sense.
She's got to be a little bit older than that. And George Lucas was like, if she's older than 15, then I walk.
I don't understand though. I want to know more about this. I wonder, has anybody ever grilled him on this aspect? Because they obviously,
I think it's been buried. I was
going to say, because they eliminated it completely. So even though the original was she was a child, they've obviously glossed it over. You can assume maybe she was 18.
Well, there's the,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's the line when
I was a child. I was in love.
I was in love, and you knew what you were. And then Dr. Jones says, "You knew what you were doing." It's how dare you say that? You knew what you were doing.
I was groomed.
She was in 5th grade.
No, oh God.
Or 6th grade.
Let's hope that they figured that out. But anyway,
but yeah, that's neither here or there.
Well, they obviously tried to erase it from the canon, so it's not even legit.
Yeah, but regardless,
but you're how does this woman who was groomed by this man stay with him?
Exactly.
But they did have a child together and all that stuff, so they were married and all the things.
And I think the explanation of Mutt being killed in the Korean War, I thought that was really great. It was you didn't need to really harp on that.
No.
But they kind of pull it back, not pull it back, but they kind of point to how Indy, because he's going through a divorce with Marion. You think that it's because when Mutt got killed in the war that she fell apart, crushed, and I think a lot of people know that when a significant loss comes about like that, it will tear apart a relationship.
Yes.
And so you're led to believe that it was Marion who was torn apart about it. But it was actually
him.
Indiana Jones.
Well, and if you think about it, pedophilia aside, Marion was always the strong one. She was always the resilient one. It wasn't him. It was her. So it makes no sense that she would be torn apart by this, that she would not be able to push through, where he literally just stopped existing.
It's very subtle. It's very subtle. You have to pay attention.
And you have to know these characters, like a lot of people do. So at the end, he's clearly talking about himself and not his wife.
And Marion says, "Are you back?
Are you back?
Are you back?" Oh, that broke my heart.
Me too. It was so emotional. And he was. It was nice.
But at the end of the day, though, I was hoping that this movie was not going to be like the classic Disney send-off.
Yes.
Where he, because you think that he's going to be left in the past because, of course, the Dial of Destiny goes into this
to the 200
it goes to
BC.
The portal and goes to this
Archimedes.
Archimedes era.
That's the best part of all of Indiana Jones films. There's just always an element. Yeah, there's an element of fantasy in every single episode, every single movie. I mean, if you think about it, he even said, well, I've seen some things. It's yes, he has. He literally has seen the Ark of the Covenant. And he's like, I drank blood.
Yes.
I love
Kalima.
He's seen all kinds of aliens, for God's sake. I mean,
Yes.
he's seen it all. So the fact that there was a time portal was not that shocking to him.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I love the scene where he's in the plane laughing. He's like, "You're not going to Germany," or wherever.
Yeah, because
It was
continental drift.
Continental drift, and they hadn't
Continental
discovered
drift.
it yet.
Oh man.
Yeah, there was a lot of really great
But
filming.
it was
the
back-
whole thing was great. The
yeah,
story was amazing.
It was back to formula, and I'm
Yes.
glad that Harrison Ford is not going to don the leather jacket and fedora
Nope,
again,
it's
because that was a great final adventure.
It was a great adventure.
Because he had, if you recall, like in the beginning of the movie, that was like the thing that he was studying.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so he was just like, yeah, this is great. Like, just leave me here. And then Phoebe Waller-Bridge was like, no, you're going to change the course of time. Are
History,
you
literally.
and then strikes him and
And
puts
drags him back to the present day.
with a bullet wound in his chest.
She's like, "You'll literally die here. You'll be dead in a week, dude.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
doing anything."
No shit. And
Yeah.
so
It was great.
what a lot of people are saying though, they're saying like, okay, so are we gonna have a female Indiana Jones? And I'm just like, you know what? If they do, like,
I think it'd be great.
I think it would be great too.
I think it would
but
make a great Disney
just-
series.
Just do not put the Indiana Jones name on it.
Da, 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 da,
You can have the same music and everything like that.
There won't be any Indiana Jones.
I mean, because she's a scoundrel.
she is great. She's a female Han Solo.
Yeah, she's great.
Yes.
And so I
loved
think,
her. Great character.
I didn't like the name though. Wombat. Like,
Well, that's not her real name.
no, but
That's her
like-
nickname.
Yeah, but just like Indiana Jones, like Indiana.
Like
Like,
we need the dog Indiana.
yeah.
I know
That
it's
was-
true.
Well, anyways.
Anyway,
but
so
that's
that.
Yeah, I had a great time. I got sick on popcorn and Coca-Cola.
That means it was a good time.
And
That's when you know it was good.
Yeah, it was.
If you leave a movie theater sick to your stomach, you know you had fun.
I had a wonderful time, and I can't thank producer Dub enough for
Squiring you about.
taking me there.
Now, have you guys reviewed Dial of Destiny on the show?
No, we haven't.
Oh, well, now you can.
I don't think Joseph or Peter have
What?
seen it or have a desire to see it.
Oh, that's really depressing. We should put that on the wheel. The Wheel of Destiny. Or you can just do a solo review with no, because you guys don't do spoilers. So you could do a solo review.
Well, yeah, we can do spoilers. But yeah, I just.
So when does your show? You guys release shows twice a week?
Yeah, we have two shows that
When do
release
they
twice
release?
a week.
What days?
So Monday is our Gab and Chatter.
Okay.
And Tuesday, I apologize. Wednesday is our movie review. So
Okay.
the movie that we are reviewing this week, I don't know when this episode is going to release, but if you're listening right now, it's going to be Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive. Ooh.
Directed by David Lynch.
I like David Lynch. I like his films.
It's quite a movie.
Did you like Twin Peaks? The show?
I'm like in the middle of the line of it.
Well,
Like,
I will say this. I was dating my English professor when that came out, and I watched
Jesus Christ.
I watched every episode of Twin Peaks with him.
English professor.
Yes, I was very young and foolish.
God.
He literally left the state. He literally fled the scene because he was going to get fired.
He left this.
Yeah, because he was going to get fired, and so he literally packed up and moved.
Okay. I'm not gonna inquire.
Anyway,
further.
but he introduced me to Twin Peaks, and I watched all of Twin Peaks, and I really liked it. I like David Lynch, though. I like his stuff. It's crazy crap.
Let me ask you this though. Do you
Everyone
prefer,
loves cherry pie.
Yes. Do you prefer Twin Peaks or do you prefer The X-Files?
I'm going to say something to you, and you're going to be really disgusted. Are you ready?
Okay, go ahead.
I've never watched The X-Files in my life. I've never seen one episode of The X-Files.
How?
I know what it is. I know that it's probably
yes.
quite good.
Yeah.
Especially
it's in our cultural.
Someone who, for me, I'm a huge fan of The Twilight Zone, Black Mirror. So you would think that I would love The X-Files. I've just never watched it. And I love David Duchovny, by the way.
Okay.
And I like the redhead. What's her name? Gillian
Anderson.
Gillian Anderson is a queen. And I love
You've
them.
never.
No.
That's not.
So I need
Have you ever watched The Simpsons?
Yeah.
That was
I introduced you to The Simpsons.
It was on the Fox network. How could you not watch it?
Probably because I was very young and I had a gaggle of kids. And I think The Simpsons was enough for you guys. I mean, my parents used to be mad that I let you watch The Simpsons. They're like, this is adult. And I'm like, it's hilarious.
I know Grandma didn't like that.
No. And so she's like, this is immoral. And I'm like, whatever. It's funny as hell.
X-Files came out.
So we never watched the X-Files because it was far more mature.
Okay, well,
but I will. I'm happy to put it on the list of to-dos.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's like recommended viewing or anything.
No, I think it's like appropriate for me to at least. I mean, it's one of literally your favorite show. I should watch it.
It is, but like, I was hoping, like, because I knew that you were a little bit younger than me in the early 90s. Yes, so I was hoping young. That you would catch it, like, you know, like on TV, like while you're on the couch, like eating, like, you know, like mac and cheese or something. And
I couldn't afford mac and cheese.
Couldn't afford mac and cheese?
No.
What were you eating?
Well, you were eating. I ate a lot of rice.
Oh, rice.
And you ate. Okay. You ate. I did not. But that's fine. I wish I would go back to that diet now. I would look a lot better. That's for sure. I eat well.
What do they call it? The brat diet?
The brat diet, yeah.
The brat diet.
Which you had to do a lot because you always had diarrhea when you were a child.
I know.
So I had to constantly give you the brat diet.
Yeah, I know.
You want to talk? Okay, we'll close this out with this story from your childhood.
Okay.
You were a toddler. You were probably 18 months old. You were very little.
Oh, Jesus.
It was you and I, and we lived in our apartment, and we had a grand old time together. We were fun. Yeah. We had fun.
Yeah, it was a gay old time. Yeah.
I was cleaning the bathroom because before I had this giant house to clean, it was really easy keeping an apartment clean. Yes. But I was cleaning the bathroom. It was Saturday morning, and you were in your little diaper. It was summertime, and you were in your little diaper playing with your toys in the front room of this 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's a knock on the door. And I'm like, huh. So I get up, and I go to answer the door, and you are being held by the landlord's son. And I'm like, what in the hell? And he's like,
why do you have my son?
Your son escaped through your window. He pushed the screen out and escaped out of the window and was running down the apartment complex in just his diaper. And we saw him.
I was headed to LA.
And we knew who he was because the landlord was a woman who loved me because she too was a single mom with a son.
Yeah.
And she gave me a chance. That's the only reason we lived in that apartment because I had shitty credit. Uh-huh. And so she's like, apparently this is your baby. And I'm like,
how did she know?
Because she knew me and you.
How did she know?
And I'm like, it is. He goes, well, my mom thought I should bring him back to you. I'm like, well, yes, thank you. And he's like, we didn't want to call the police because we figured he escaped on his own. And I'm like, he did. And I look, and you pushed out the entire screen and shimmied out. Luckily, we were on a bottom floor unit.
Yes,
you could have Eric Clapton yourself.
I know.
That would have been terrible.
Oh my God, that's dark. That's dark.
Well, it's true.
Yeah. That's
anyway.
True. Yeah, but you weren't on the schmutz though.
God, can you imagine? I mean, my God, if you had fallen out of a 2-story window because you tried to escape for the rest of my life. Do you know my name?
Then we wouldn't be spinning.
If I saw you in heaven. Jesus Christ. Be like, my little child escaped.
Then we wouldn't be
I gave him all the scrambled eggs he wanted. I don't understand. Why did he do this?
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. So that was you. And so from that point forward.
That's not a testament to the quality of you raising.
It is not the testament to my mothering skills, even though I was a child when you were born.
But what is a testament to it is my way of trying to escape.
Forever. You've always tried to escape my clutches.
I'm trying to escape. I just have like a single goal, and then
you just want to run everywhere.
I'm like a dog who's chasing.
You're like a husky. You just want to dig out and flee, and then you're like, "What do I do now?"
And then it's just like, "Yeah, what do I do?"
And then suddenly you're thinning, you're starving, and you're like, "Well, maybe I should go back."
Yeah.
Thank God.
And then I have my tail between my legs.
Proverbial legs. I know. Yes. Yes, your tail is real, but your legs are proverbial, Jamie. Please.
Right.
Anyway, all right. Well, thank you for listening to me and my son, Tyler. His podcast is Middle Class Film Class. New episodes on Mondays and Wednesdays. Very funny stuff. You can find them on any of your favorite podcast platforms. All of them. Just like us. We're on as well. Stephanie will be back next time because there was exceptional fallout after our Hot Ones episode.
Yes, I heard
there was
about
a
that.
lot of
heard about that.
There was some situations that occurred all around, interestingly, and I'm going to let Stephanie tell the story because
did you try the bomb?
I did. I tried all 10.
Disgusting.
You should listen to our Hot Ones episode.
I did.
You did?
I did. Yeah.
And I have those hot sauces in the fridge if you'd like to try the bomb.
No.
It's pure acid.
I've already tasted it.
It doesn't even taste like food. Which is what I said on the show. It tastes like it was made.
That's exactly right. Yes.
It's like made for. I don't know what it is, but it's terrifyingly bad.
No, it's bad. It
doesn't taste good.
It doesn't have flavor.
No,
to it.
It's just burn.
I don't mind hot sauce, but just have it be a little bit more.
I will
delicious.
say, out of the 10 I ate, I liked 7 of them, maybe 8 of them, but the last 2, the very last one, number 10. My mouth was so injured from number 8, which is the bomb, that I can't even tell you if it was bad. 9, I still had some taste buds left, and it was spicy. It was really spicy. Yeah. But I think anything leading up to that, 7 was a good heat. Like, it was good. But 8 it just ruined my mouth.
Something that you can tolerate.
Like, snot was coming out of my nose and was burning my skin. That's how bad it is.
Well,
keep out of reach as children. And on that note...
Yes.
Stephanie, next week will tell us why they suggest keep out of reach of children, because a child ate it and there was severe repercussions. But I will let her tell the story.
I can't wait.
Yes. So thank you for listening, and we will see you next week with a new episode. Bye.
Thank you.